don't have to wait much longer. We have kickoff here in game number 1. Metzenaris going up against Devo. A good bounce for iIgnite in 2 seconds into game 1. TSM strike first.
Right off the kickoff. You talk about kickoff strategies, and this is probably one of the worst ways to concede a goal right off the beginning. Not the best start you want, but it's just a kickoff goal. You know, you brush it off, and you keep moving forward.
I mean, you will try. Barcelona, rough week last week, looking to turn that around. But that was a rough start. Bluey could pass out into the middle, and that is exactly what Barcelona needed. Devo with a response.
Instantly shrugging it off. Bluey with the double touch and the read off the wall. Managed to get a perfect setup there for Devo, and a great finish.
So things looking stabilized here for Barcelona. Another ball killed right on kickoff.
That was probably one of the quickest 2 goals we've seen.
Yeah, 2 seconds for the first one, then on the 13-second mark for the second. Metzenaris going to send that ball over to the corner. Devo with low boost, tries to go for backboard, controlled by iIgnite. He's going to air dribble this one out. Challenged by Alpha, that sends it to the middle. Bluey and Metza also 50-50. Now Devo to the corner. Demo from Alpha on Remco. See if that helps out on the attack. Could see Alpha got his flip reset and committed to that ball, same as Bluey. So now Barcelona scrambling on defense a little bit. Alpha with a control in the corner, didn't get a great flick. Bluey using up all his boost. He has nothing coming off the ceiling. Cut off by iIgnite, and Alpha forced to make the save.
Great use of the ceiling there. I'm really trying to see who's going to be the aggressor in both these matches. You've seen Barcelona. Each player individually can do so many amazing and fantastic things. And a team like TSM seems a little bit more teamwork orientated. So I'm curious how this matchup will play out. And Devo coming in with a ceiling shot.
The second of the game for Devo here. Look at that first touch. Jumps to get his jump back off the ceiling and gets a strong shot towards net. That is a stylish play from Devo.
It's all about where you land on the ceiling as well. Devo managing to basically set himself up for the second hit after the ceiling. It's very difficult and really back-to-back, James. What is going on right now?
Shortly after kickoff, and you can see it again, just another kickoff goal. Alpha this time with a perfectly placed shot. Metzenaris just a split second behind it. And Barcelona really turning this game around. 3 unanswered goals now. Another demo. Devo stuck downfield. He'll have to retreat. Bluey off the ceiling. Backboard pass. Now Remco taking over. Gets a very good pinch. Sends it far downfield. Now a double commit. And that one crossbar and out. iIgnite so close, and there was no follow-up because of the double commit. Now Metzenaris clear attempt. Head over to Bluey by Alpha. Alpha's going to retreat over to Devo, and Devo off the post. Follow-up from Bluey. 4 goals now for Barcelona.
Probably one of the most ideal shots. Devo putting it wide almost on purpose, giving Bluey pretty much an open net and so much room to shoot there. And it all comes down to Devo not actually trying to hit the target on the first shot.
And now, you know, we have had quite a bit of scoring for only being about 2 minutes into this first game. But Barcelona fans are rejoicing. Remco off the ceiling. Now a hit towards net. Alpha with a chance to finish. He does with a tight angle, his second of the game. Barcelona now up 5-1.
iIgnite really just going for the boost there, not paying attention to take time to rotate in, and he comes out very slow to get back as the third man.
And so we are still not at the halfway point yet. 6 goals in total, 5 for Vitality.
This is going the complete opposite of what I thought was going to happen at the beginning, James.
I mean, 2 seconds in, TSM scoring first, but now 5 unanswered from Barcelona. Devo for the sign now. iIgnite center ball to Metza. Metza again, that one's going to be high. Net could be open here. It is, and Devo adding some flair on. That's a hat trick for him.
Just exploiting so much of these defensive mistakes and the rotations.
Look at that. Woo. That was nasty, Turtle.
Is he styling on us, James?
He is styling. And when you're up by 5, you have a little bit of leeway to work with. And I mean, it looked like it wasn't even going in, so that was a necessary play, and he just made it look good. Barcelona looking like the Barcelona that we saw in week 1. The Barcelona that absolutely destroyed. Now head down to the midfield. Remco waiting for it. Ignite, good defense from him. He'll also take over possession. Flick attempt downfield, that one was stopped. Now Remco drops it down right back to Alpha. Hard hit off the backboard. Metzanaris, a miss hit. That almost went into his own net. Ignite hitting it to safety, but a follow-up from Devo. Now 4 goals, and the Brazil is complete for Barcelona.
I'm very happy you mentioned the Brazil here, James. Coming in, Devo just really punishing. It seems like nobody is there in net. The third man rotating back. Never has enough time to come in. Maybe he's going for boost. We saw Ignite earlier struggling to get some boost. They're just getting starved in their own half and have no real options right now.
So this is looking like a very rough game 1 for TSM.
And you can see the confidence coming out from Barcelona. Like you saw the style goal.
Especially Devo. Devo sitting at 4 goals, 6 shots for him, 2 assists. Playing his part in 6 goals out of these 7. Devo, fantastic game 1 from him. Now pass attempt into the middle. Ignite not able to connect. We'll see if TSM can get anything going. We saw Metza committing a little bit too much there. And now a counterattack on Alpha going for a flick. Got the wave dash, and now Devo crossbar down, and it goes right in before it looked like Bluey could finish.
Back to back. Oh my goodness! You mentioned it
crossbar
before.
Twice.
You saw Metza cheat up a little bit more. It seems like they're being a bit too aggressive, but they're already down 7 goals. They just got to recollect themselves and try and focus on the next match at this point.
Yeah, this game 1 definitely forgettable if you're TSM. Now an opportunity to try to make the game a little bit more respectable. That's not coming out. Bluey going for a flip reset, didn't have enough boost, so I think it's safe to assume we might see Barcelona going for a little more flair.
Just a little bit more confidence. I mean, you're up 7 goals.
And that is not a phrase that we use too often. You're up 7 goals.
Especially in a match that's so close. We expected this to be really a nail-biter.
Yeah, especially with TSM scoring in the first 2 seconds. Barcelona pulling down game number 1, 8-1. Ignite scoring just 2 seconds in, like we said, and then 8 unanswered. Barcelona scoring over and over and over again. Devo with multiple, highlight level shots there.
It seemed like they were just completely on point with their counterattacks. Every time TSM was overcommitting, Barca was right there to respond and always had a player following up on either a missed shot or even a backboard hit.
Yeah, and if you're TSM, what can you even draw from this game? I mean, you talked about just the mentality of letting this one go. How hard is that in a situation like this where you just got creamed 8-1?
For whatever reason, I think in Rocket League, the first match is more likely to be a blowout like this because there's so many teams, you've seen it before, where just the first match is just completely one-sided. But as a team, you just kind of say, okay, well, this is obviously not working, but we have time to recollect ourselves. Let's just literally forget about it. Usually in comments, you're like, all right, this match is over. Let's try and forget about it and just not think about the results. Yeah,
but I mean, just thinking about the positive things that TSM did, their 1 goal was a kickoff goal. They really didn't have anything else. You've got to wonder, is this TSM offense going to be able to challenge this Barcelona offense? And I mean, the Barcelona, it just seems like they're, the best defense was a good offense in this situation.
They just couldn't keep the pressure. Non-stop over-aggression.
Game number 2. Barcelona, probably with the worst beat that we've seen so far. in game 1. Absolutely demolishing TSM. TSM now trying to rebound. Remco getting demoed, but does get the center. Metza could not connect on this shot. Now Bluey with a dribble, flicks it over Remco, but iignite bails him out. Another center by Bluey. Dangerous ball. TSM already scrambling. iignite chasing this down, but he had no boost to really work with. He's going to have to bail. Remco using up all his boost for that hit. Getting some in the corner, however. We'll see if that starts the counterattack. Devo with the stop. Bluey with a touch. Does fake out Metza. And now Bluey air dribbles it by iignite. Devo, the 2v1 situation. And that ball gets blasted back to the Barcelona half. Now Metza, shot towards net, saved by Alpha, who was waiting for it. Barcelona clearing it right away.
You just want to see TSM try and maintain pressure. They have so much defensive pressure on their own end that they can't relieve any of it. They're just constantly struggling to keep things together and to keep possession on the other side and getting beat to the ball.
And that demo had opened up the net for a split second, but Metza able to get back in time. And there has been so much defensive pressure on TSM. TSM forced to avoid making mistakes. So far they're holding out. See if they can get anything on the offensive side.
Great idea. Cross passing is what they need right now.
And that pass just out of reach. But you're right, Turtle, the right idea. TSM needing something to look forward to. iignite with a good bump prevents the hit. Now follow up. Metza, clear attempt. Alpha booms it right back to the TSM corner. Now off the ceiling, over to Devo. Devo with the pass off the backboard, and Metza ruins Bluey's shot attempt. Now iignite to the midfield. He's going to get boost. He'll be able to challenge. A great challenge from iignite. Now pass into the middle. Remco, the shot. It's a weak one. Saved. Now 50-50 ball up off the ceiling. Remco trying to touch it to the side. He does get it. Misread from Alpha. A little bit of mistake here from Barcelona on the defense. Flick from iignite and a save from Diva.
I like the way TSM are kind of changing their play style here. You can see them being a little bit more patient, trying to connect things more, and they're actually beating Barca to the ball surprisingly here in the second half.
TSM figuring out how to get their attack going. Both teams still scoreless past the halfway point. I believe at this point we had 6 goals scored in game 1. So a much different tone. Off the ceiling, Alpha controlling it in his own corner. iignite, another good challenge from him, and a miss. He'll just force the ball in. TSM take the lead with 1:46 left.
And it all starts with this challenge here, winning it over and over. iignite still following through, and we've seen the difference here. Now they're winning these challenges and able to open up the net and actually beat players to the ball and maybe look for a pass or go for a solo play.
On the same side of the field, and it's been iignite consistently winning those challenges. It paying off there. Metza to the corner. Double commit from Barcelona, but doesn't look like it has cost them too much. Devo with some time. He's going for an air dribble. Air dribbles by iignite. Metza has to buy a lot of time, and that clear does exactly that. Now Remco trying to pass that into the middle, but he didn't get enough on it. Devo going for a double tap, not enough boost. Remco comes in to help, 2v1. Remco low on boost, leaves it for Metza, and Metza finishes it off. TSM extend their lead.
Not the best pass, but it's all about what Remco does after he gets this little touch. He goes for the demo and tries to mess with Alpha, not probably blocking his view, and Alpha maybe getting a backflip, but either way, a demo was coming.
Yeah, and that was a very good first touch from Remco. You know, you could tell in the replay that he was very intent on trying to just take Alpha out of the play, but with his original movement, he froze Alpha long enough to put him in a position where he could do that to him.
And it's so common in a 2v1 situation. You know that somebody might try and demo you, and you got to be cautious of that, or it's going to end up happening.
And we see an attempt knocked away from Metza. iignite taking over, flicking. A bounce off the side. Remco up to iignite. iignite no boost. Tries to get it to Metza. Metza is in the middle. but also low on boost. Hit towards net. Ignite going off to the corner. And a good clear from Remco. That will relieve a lot of pressure. Ignite. Center ball to Metza. Metza trying to get back to Ignite, but Ignite didn't make that read in time. No boost on Devo on the counterattack. Alpha. Now final 10 seconds. Barcelona have to get one right here. Bluey's double tap attempt shut down, and after getting creamed 8-1 in game one, TSM, yeah, they turn it around and take game two 2-0.
And honestly, it comes down to what they're doing after they get a solid play in. You saw Ignite in the first part win a challenge and then keep going with the ball. You saw Remco get a pass off and then continue to make the play even better. TSM were not really focusing on that and the extra part in the playmaking process in the first game, but completely turning it around here in game two.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that started with Ignite and his challenges on the sidewall. We saw him win multiple challenges, and it eventually led to that first goal. So TSM bouncing right back. And, you know, this kind of speaks to, you know, what we've heard people say about Barcelona. I believe it was Scrub Killa in his interview last week was talking about you never know what Barcelona you're going to get. Yeah. You know, it's a team that can absolutely just take you out, or it's a team that, you know, gets shut out or perfect swept by Vitality.
And I guess he was right in individual matches. Like this is a complete flip-flop of playstyles. We did see Barcelona, they seemed a little bit dominant even right off the bat. They were winning more challenges and getting better touches, but it slowly just was a decline towards the end of the match.
Yeah, and it's just how can you put in 8 goals in game one? And then TSM, I mean, did they step up, or was it just Barcelona letting off the gas a little bit? You know, that's something that we can...
A little bit of a mix-up. I guess they didn't really make a stand right away in the match, and especially with that kickoff goal for TSM, you thought maybe they were going to do in the first match, but really, Barcelona were able to.
Yeah, Devo, a non-factor in that game. TSM, a response from them in game two, shutting out Barcelona after letting 8 by them in the first game. Devo, center to Alpha. Alpha getting bumped out of the play by Metza. Now Metza, center ball. Ignite, he was there, but that was well read by the Barcelona defense. Bluey out of boost, try to get out. He does get the mid boost, so he's going to turn on it. Centers it to Alpha. Alpha pops it up. Ignite in the corner, going to have to deal with it. Bluey with a challenge and a boost steal.
It's a great challenge. You can see the better rotations on defense coming out from TSM. Nobody's really striving to get that last second save. They have each other's back and they're almost shadowing each other. But that's a great demo from Devo. This could be a great setup.
We'll see Metza all out of boost. Gets the clear and isn't able to get that boost. Looked like Remco took it from him. Center ball, Remco gonna leave it for Metza. Metza to the sideline. Bluey was waiting, hits it off the backboard. Devo getting beat here by Ignite. Another challenge win from Ignite and a 50-50 there, but Alpha staying in the play. Big stop from him.
He feathered his boost and kept challenging both times. That was great defensive play. And Devo with an open net catches them off guard.
Yeah, you can see here TSM sending too many players into the corner. Metza and Remco and Ignite all heading over towards the corner, and Devo punishes them for that.
It's a little bit too boost hungry and not looking in front of you, definitely where your teammates are rotating.
Boost is life after all, Turk. You know,
I mean,
depending on who you talk to.
You know, sometimes, James, you can just do a little double jump and you're set.
I don't know. I like the corner boost. I just like getting that full tank. And apparently so does TSM. Center ball. Metza going for the bump play on Bluey. Bluey dodged it with no boost at all. Remco getting beat to the ball. Devo trying to challenge Metza. The last line of defense. TSM, nothing in the tank, trying to make a save. A team bump there, and Devo punishes TSM yet again.
And this is looking like a little bit more of a repeat of the first match, just these simple mistakes. And honestly, Metza coming in and bumping his own teammates. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw this. It looked like a double commit into a team bump.
Some bowling lanes out here.
And those pins falling, leaving the net wide open.
but it is a repeat of the first game. Barca is just punishing TSM for either going for too much boost and just staying clumped up together as a team and not being organized.
And it seems like the boost game is really where they're struggling, because it's putting them in those situations where they have to double commit because they have to flip into the ball instead of using their boost. Metza in the corner. And a demo from Ignite on Bluey. We'll see if this TSM attack can get started. It's been a very back and forth series. Barcelona dominating game 1, TSM holding it down in game 2, and now Barcelona back at it, holding TSM scoreless as we approach the 2-minute mark.
Metza not able to get the save.
And that self pass was dangerous. Devo again, the shot towards net. Ignite turning it aside. Remco downfield. Bluey will have to make a good save. Gets it to the corner safely. Metza off the backboard. Alpha racing to it. Gets the clear over to Bluey. Bluey shot towards net. Ignite back into the corner. Now Devo over to Ignite. Ignite couldn't make that challenge happen over Metza's head. Remco has to deal with this one himself. Handles the pressure well, but Barcelona still on the attack. Devo off the side. Again, attacking the corner, fakes out Metza. Pass into the middle from Bluey. That almost found the back of the net. A good save from Remco. Metza centers to Remco. Remco to Ignite. Ignite wasn't in a shooting position in the pass. Denied. Metzenaris not able to put that one in the back of the net.
Both teams coming out with solid passing plays, but for whatever reason, they cannot find the back of the net.
And that last pass to Ignite, Ignite needed to get a strong shot, but just couldn't get around the ball.
And you've seen passes connect here and there, but the shot is never really totally on net. And sometimes we've seen that, use it as an advantage. They've seen a missed first shot and somebody's there to follow it up, but right now we're seeing some great defense.
More great defense from Bluey. He disallows that backboard hit. Final 30 seconds, TSM still scoreless. Devo leading the charge. Both goals coming out of him this game. Alpha trying to get one for himself. Remco over to the side. Metza getting that double hit there. The final seconds ticking away, and Barcelona, unless TSM can put one in right here, there we have it. Barcelona shutting out TSM in game 3.
Again, another shutout, but this time the same way as the first game. Mistakes, little mistakes that they're making that Barcelona is able to capitalize on. They're not really making any fantastic creative plays, but they're having solid rotations in the upper midfield area, and they're able to be in position most of the time when they need to capitalize on the bowling lanes, as we called it before.
But I mean, we saw multiple situations where TSM were in those lanes together. I mean, we saw the multiple commit into the corner. We saw the team bump.
Right.
Why is that happening?
A lot of times it comes down to communication, and especially you've seen panicky play. That's a very important aspect of Rocket League, is how teams can handle pressure and not panicking. So you see people, whether or not you have boost, if you can still stay aware of where you are instead of focusing only on the fact that you need boost, and you have to have kind of like the conscious to say, okay, my teammates don't have boost either. I need to pick up some pads and stay in rotation instead of focusing on just getting a corner.
And I mean, there's plenty of pads out there in front of the net, but if people are taking those, it still can be really tough. But you'd rather get scored on because, you don't have enough boost to make the save than just leaving the net wide open in the corner, right? At least you have a chance if someone's in net. But TSM, it just seems like the overwhelming pressure from Barcelona is just forcing these mistakes out of TSM.
Yep. And, I mean, I'm honestly curious which TSM we're going to see this game. If we're going to see the bowling lane TSM or,
Or the TSM that took game 2.
Right.
They shut out Barcelona. And a lot of that was due to great challenges, setting up goals. Off the backboard, Alpha. Now challenged by Devo. That one pinching far and wide.
It's a great touch there from Metza.
Metza trying to get TSM on the attack. Ignite helping out. Gets a double tap, and he makes the shot.
from an impossible angle.
I have absolutely no idea how he got this shot, but this was a phenomenal
How is that
angle.
possible? What?
Maybe he was going for a pass. Sometimes you look for a pass, but that looked very deliberate with his execution and pulling up right away with a 1-0 lead.
Getting out his protractor to figure out the one place he can shoot it to make it go in.
Not the protractor, James.
I know, it's tough. I struggled with that. That's why I can't hit shots like that, I'm sure. Ignite in the corner. Leaves it to Remco. Remco taking his time. That challenge does pop it out to the middle, and a demo from Ignite on Devo. TSM getting some good pressure on the offensive side of the ball. Ignite dropping it down. Devo and Bluey both jumping for it. Remco getting another touch. Ignite is there. Corner pass. Metza just a little slow to the ball, but a good win. Still keeping it in Barcelona's half. Devo missing his hit. Goes over to Bluey. Bluey passing it back to Devo, but Ignite was there. Now off the ceiling. Alpha, not a great line on it. And that lets TSM go on the attack. Ignite attempting that infield pass, but it goes all the way back. Metza, however, clearing it to the corner. Bluey with a clear to the other corner in response.
Very speedy gameplay here from TSM. Beating to the ball mostly in Barcelona's half. Seems like they're able to keep pressure, and this looks like a different TSM than the last game.
But only a 1-goal lead, and a miss there. That leaves it open for Devo, and Devo ties it up for Barcelona.
It's great placement here from Bluey, trying to hit the top corner, so it actually bounces directly down. That's so hard to read as a goalkeeper, and there's nobody else there to cover for him in case he missed. Great pass and a great shot.
Yeah, you don't envy Remco having to be in that situation. Remco, tough read, couldn't make it happen.
Especially with ball cam, usually when that thing flies up there, you can't really see it. Almost like snaps your point of view, and seeing where the ball is going to go.
Yeah, and sometimes you can't even see what exact direction your car is oriented when you're looking straight up.
Exactly.
Backboard pass. Metza trying to sneak it in. Remco. You can see Ignite just playing interference on everyone in net. It is chaos on the Barcelona half right now as they finally start to try to get control, but more bumping coming out from Metza. TSM relentless on the attack.
So much clustered positioning. Every single car right there you saw was so close to each other. You want to see who can actually space themselves out and utilize the extra space they have on the field.
And that demo again for TSM. Physical play coming out. A flick attempt. Didn't really go anywhere, but it still played well. Now Alpha having some space. Gets demoed again. Metza just pops it up. Not much boost for Devo to work with, but he makes that save. Another demo. This time in favor of Barcelona. And now Bluey getting involved.
Just getting more and more physical.
And that shot almost finding the mark, just a little bit wide. And we've seen Bluey respond with aggression before. This shot, long, that would have been wide, but still Devo trying to hit that to a less dangerous spot. Alpha going up against Remco. Now Remco needs a good backboard hit, might go for the double. That was dangerous. Devo saw that shot opportunity. And now Devo getting a piece of the demo game. 2v1 situation, good touch from Bluey. Metza on the back wall, another demo coming out. The net open, and a save from Metza. A heroic defensive effort, and Ignite will finish that one off. The counterattack coming to fruition for TSM.
I did not expect this at all. Barcelona pulling out so many demos and getting such a great opportunity, but that was Metza in the net. We saw get just a terrific save, and then they were able to bounce back from that and counterattacked.
And that was really stellar defense, especially by Metza, like you pointed out, to keep TSM alive until they could get that counterattack kick-started.
He didn't have any boost either. He just spawned and managed to still get the save.
Plenty of time left on the clock for Barcelona to tie it up. Bluey Controls it, pass to the middle, and a touch from Remco gets it away from Alpha, who was looking to equalize. Remco, low boost, but a pinch sends it far off to the side. Metza reads the bounce, gets a challenge here, back out into the middle, iignite up. Bluey and Devo both go for it on the wall. That ball is gonna come right out to Metza. Final 10 seconds, a miss, and iignite. Surely that will secure it for TSM. They go up 3-1, just 8 seconds left on the clock.
Using the same spot Barca used, the top of the box. We talked about it before. It's so hard to read that as a goalkeeper, and they were able to get it just to drop perfectly down and have an open net.
And TSM and Barcelona just going back and forth in this matchup, trading wins.
Trading demos too.
Trading demos in this game, and TSM, they force game 5.
This is just a flip of a coin, James. I don't know what to expect anymore going into each match.
That's how I do all my Europe predictions anyway.
Really?
Yeah, just flip a coin.
Just flip a coin? That's
it?
I mean, can you hit me out with the coin? I'm trying.
I don't have a coin right
really?
now. Okay. I spent it all.
On the esports?
Yeah, I did.
Skins?
I had to get the tokens to get those TSM skins.
Okay.
But TSM, look at this performance from iignite. 3 goals on 5 shots. iignite really having
he's a star player
game,
right now.
And definitely in game 4. And Devo, he's kind of been the star player for Barcelona. You know, a massive amount of goals. What, 4 or 5 goals in game 1?
And we saw him trying to get more demos as well. He was the main player on Barcelona who was trying to at least change up the pace a little bit, you know, kind of take TSM out of their play style. And they managed to do it for a second, but Metza getting that phenomenal save again, and then they were able to counterattack, and it was all over from there.
Yeah, and you know, we mentioned that TSM skin. If you want to get it, I believe it's only available until noon.
Right, okay.
So time is running out. I don't have any more. I don't have.
So you don't have any? Okay.
I have nothing
I'm looking for something.
You're going to have to sort that out yourself. But game 5, TSM, Barcelona, these are 2 teams we were expecting to be a great match. The analysts, we both predicted different teams. Some of us TSM,
right.
Some of us Barcelona. So, you know, it's all coming down to this final game.
This is going to be the best match. I think both teams have kind of felt each other's play styles out as much as possible. They've kind of balanced it out with the flip of the coin, James. And I think this is going to be a great match.
You mean flip of the token?
Oh, right. My bad. My bad.
Game 5. Devo, the challenge. Again, these 2 teams so close. Besides that game 1, trading blows.
And you want to watch iignite and Devo see the difference that they can make for their teams.
And a demo from iignite coming out. Center ball, Alpha taking his time, but again, iignite chasing Alpha down, trying to get a demo on him. A lot of bumps, a lot of demos coming out from iignite. Now a chance, ball out into the middle. Metza, who has been solid on defense, holding strong, and a challenge win from iignite there. That one almost going off the ceiling in a threatening spot.
It seems like it's just matched right now. We got iignite going for some demos and trying to be that aggressor, like I said. Can he keep winning challenges, though? That's what we want to see in the corners. He's been so prominent with winning challenges and keeping the ball moving forward.
And then Metza, with his defense on the back line, I mean, that counterattack goal was only possible because of how good his defense was. So can Metza keep that up? This Barcelona attack, we saw how relentless it can be in game 1. Past the 1-minute mark, still scoreless. Remco over to Metza. Metza upfield. A bump there on Alpha. Alpha trying to get the challenge. iignite off the backboard to Metza. Metza towards net.
Alpha?
And Alpha just hitting the brakes.
He just stopped. Still a great pass and shot, but Alpha could have saved it, right?
What on earth? Alpha just hits the brakes.
I think he was angled a little bit different. It was still possible to get the save, but I'm confused.
You know, I'm confused too. That is definitely a moment that we'll have to get some information on. What happened there? It looked like Alpha had the position, the boost, to make the save.
Odds are you heard somebody else call it, and
he misinterpreted a call.
Exactly.
Potentially a communication error, and a costly one in game 5. Now iignite going for that center. Remco denying the clear at half. Gonna race towards it, but Devo gets to it first. Metza.
Speedy as heck in the back. Metz's defense is still staying dominant.
And Metza getting demoed, but that was a huge 50-50 win from iGnite to prevent that ball coming in. But Metza, yes, he has been rock solid on the back line. And a ground pinch being saved by Remco. Barcelona heating up on the attack. Metza off to the side. Alpha touching it down. Now Remco up the sideline. Bluey taking his time here. Not the greatest first touch, and he'll lose possession. But Devo now over to Metza. Metza up the side. Alpha's there. Bluey drops it down to Alpha. And again, a good touch from Metza. Bluey using up all his boost to make this play. Does get the block here, so that'll slow down the counterattack. Alpha up to the side. iGnite in the air. Double tap chance.
The
and
freestyle.
In the biggest moment, Game 5, hitting it, extending the TSM lead.
I really do think it makes you so much less nervous when you spin your car, and he still had to redirect it. It wasn't even a freestyle. He actually had to make the adjustment to get the angle. He used the boost to go to the left side of the ball and managed to hit it.
iGnite. He's a player that came in and teamed up with Remco when Remco, narrowly avoided relegation back on Envy and almost getting a third goal here. But he turned Envy from a team that was fighting relegation into a team competing at the World Championship. And it's plays like that that just remind you of how good iGnite really is and the impact he makes on this roster.
Let's see if we can have a member of Barcelona step forward as well. We've seen Devo in the past of this series pull through for his team.
And you can't forget that Devo, a world champion back in Season 3. They need some of that magic here as we approach the final minute of Game 5. Devo gets the center. Metza with another very good challenge. Alpha over to Devo, a break, and the demo opens up the net. Devo puts Barcelona within one.
Every single member of Barcelona is here and able to make an impact. We've seen, what was that, Bluey getting the demo?
Bluey. Yeah. And Bluey, when TSM was starting to pull out demos, Bluey was the first player on Barcelona to respond with demos of his own, and that demo was the key for the goal right there. So now,
they've got momentum. They can bring it back.
They certainly can, especially in Rocket League where the game isn't over until the ball touches the ground at 0 seconds. So a nail biter so far in Game 5. Remco clearing it upfield. Devo getting met by iGnite. iGnite with a double touch there, but Alpha was waiting for it up to Bluey. Bluey is going to chase this down. Up, hit off their own backboard. Out to Devo. He has some time.
TSM scrambling right now.
But iGnite.
Triple commit.
Yeah, he was on the backboard waiting for it. That triple commit, though, could have been costly. Alpha with the shot off the crossbar. Metza with the defensive play. Final 5 seconds. And another big block from Metzanaris. Devo keeping it alive. Bluey to Alpha. Alpha.
They could do it.
And Remco sends it towards the ground. Metzanaris like a brick wall denying every shot from Barcelona, and TSM hold on. What a series and what an ending.
When you see the triple commit, you think there's no possible way that Barcelona could not get it going, but Metzanaris just says, I'm here. I'm going to get the save.
I am here, and you know what? I'm not going to let anything go in. I'm sorry, guys.
Wow, that was...
Wow.
Metzanaris, that was so clutch, and we've seen iGnite this game as well, stepping up with that fantastic rotational shot. Wow. We saw all of the weapons that TSM really has. I mean, Remco was maybe the only one that was a little bit quiet, but the Metz's defense, iGnite's shots, that's a TSM that is just scary. And it comes down to adjusting for the mistakes, because TSM did make some rotational mistakes, but Metzanaris is still able to make the clutch plays, and Remco, like we said, a little bit quiet, but he's filling in for what his teammates aren't doing on the offensive side.
Yeah, absolutely. So the E-League champions taking the win here in 5 games. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we have Dignitas fighting for their first win of the season against Mouse. You're not going to want to miss it.